Welcome to the Progressive Action TV show. Crazy day today. Don't even ask. I got new computers acting. I ain't figured it out yet, to be honest, but it handles the program so much better, so much faster without effort. The issue is that I went from having a Mac for like the past 15 years to now going back to PC. So, but forget about all that. We got some important events coming up. We have the MTA Riders and Workers Assault March or Rally. It will be at City Hall, August 6th, Friday, August 6th at 9 a.m. The truth is that us MTA workers, riders, we've been getting our butts kicked for a very long time, and it seems like we're not protected in the system. We talking about subways, we talking about buses, and it has gotten out of control. And there's never been a rally that would combine both forces, the workers and the riders. We're not enemies with one another. We should be allies. We should work together for safety, and that's what we want to do. So make sure to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. Everyone's invited. Every single person is invited. MTA Riders and Workers Assault March at City Hall Park on the steps of City Hall, Friday, August 6th, 9 a.m. Make sure that you guys come out. Also, a lot of people ask, how can they donate to the platform? You could donate via Cash App. The Cash App is Progressive Action 100. That's how you donate. We got a lot of stuff to unpack tonight. And I'm talking about important stuff. I'm talking about very important stuff. I'm talking about the essential workers assault march or whatever that was, and something very important with the MTA IG, which I'm gonna say alleged for now. It's gonna be alleged, but I'm gonna let you guys see what you guys think. I think it's some very important information. Very interesting information at that. And like I said, I think that you guys would be very interested in it. I'm trying to get some last information up there. Make sure everything is good. I want to make sure I miss nothing. I started off rough, but we're going to get it together. Let me see. What is that? Yeah. I gotta get this. I gotta get this in the show. Gotta definitely get that in the show. I want you guys to take this time to share out the show. Share out the show. Take 60 seconds. Share out the show. Very important. Share out the show. It only takes 60 seconds. Just 60 seconds. That's all it takes is 60 seconds. We're going to dive directly into this. Just trying to make sure I don't miss anything. I don't want to miss nothing tonight. This is going to be super important. Super important. Yeah, okay. So, as you guys know, there was a essential worker ticker tape parade done by the city of New York. That's Mayor de Blasio. And I found it very interesting that, some unions decided to not even participate. And that's very important, and I understand their stance. For an example, we had the FDNY firefighters saying that they was go boycott the New York City Hometown Heroes ticker tape parade, honoring the frontline COVID workers during the pandemic. To take a stance like that, we must also analyze why would someone take a stance on this parade, right? Because let's be honest, nobody treated us like we were essential workers, especially as transit workers. We were treated as if we were, what you call that, sacrificial workers. We were not essential. We was very sacrificial during this whole entire thing. And not only did the firefighters take a stand, the New York City correction officers, they joined the boycott. They refused to march in this parade, rightfully so. I remember their struggles in particular, just like ours. They weren't allowed to wear masks, and they didn't get masks during the pandemic for a considerable amount of time. We also have, it says almost all of the roughly 60 locals that are part of District Council 37, DC 37, said they was boycotting the parade. Now, this is very, very, it's not shocking, but if you're a part of a union that has a backbone, you're going to take a stand. Like they say, you stand, how I go? If you don't stand for something, fall for anything, something like that. But they took a stand. But I'm going to tell you, and this is who the parade really was for. This is who the parade really was for. The parade really was for the bosses. It was really for Bloomberg. It was really for Sarah Feinberg. It was really for Cuomo. It was really for Pat Foy. Why? Because they did everything. Hold on, I got to get this off the screen. They did everything that they needed to do to keep this parade going. They did everything that they needed to do to keep this parade going. So when I see a picture of Sarah Feinberg on the screen and her ringing the bell, matter of fact, I think I got a video of that. I got a video of her ringing the bell. Look how silly it is.
Thank you.
This is just silliness, right? Now you had 60 locals from DC 37 boycott the parade. You had the New York City correction officers boycott the parade. You have the firefighters boycott the parade. Guess who didn't boycott the parade? Yep, you guessed right. TWU Local 100. They did not boycott the parade. Why? Who knows? Who knows? But they did not boycott it. And I mean, we know why they didn't boycott it. Who I'm kidding. I'm just trying to see what y'all go say. We already know why they didn't boycott it. They didn't boycott it because they got no heart. They don't represent us. They represent Cuomo. They act like they hate de Blasio. I don't even know if that's true. I don't know if that's true now. If they really hate de Blasio. I really don't even know if that's true. So, but they was there. And not only that, they was there with Chuck Schumer. If you look at the picture with Chuck Schumer, there's not one hazard pay sign around him. This is the guy who's supposed to be pushing hazard pay for us. Where's the hazard pay sign at? No hazard pay sign. See, this is the thing right here that we got to realize is that whatever Local 100, the reps could go on the stage and act like they care, they're going to do it because it is an election year. An election is campaign season now. They use these stages to campaign on. They are definitely afraid of politicians. They definitely afraid of Cuomo. They definitely afraid of Chuck Schumer. They definitely afraid of Pat Foy. They definitely afraid of Sarah Feinberg. They have no heart. Absolutely no heart. Like how are we a part of a parade when there's no substantial fight for hazard pay? Posting a note on the union website is not fighting for hazard pay. When you get around these politicians, look at the smiles. Let me blow this picture up. Let me blow this picture up. Just so you guys can see. We still didn't get hazard pay yet. But look at them in this picture. They smiling. They having a good old time. They not doing what they need to do. They not doing what they need to do. But this is the sign that should have been up at that parade. Transit workers deserve better union representation. Without a doubt. We deserve better union representation. We deserve it. I mean, this whole pandemic showed us how weak they really are. So this is what we got to tell them.
Get the fuck out of here!
That's what we got to tell them. So we got to tell them. I mean, this whole thing is crazy. We lost over 150, I think 160 people. What are we celebrating? We didn't get, if they want to have a parade for us, why don't they have a hazard pay parade for us? After they give us our well-deserved hazard pay. How about that? What are we celebrating now for? Want to know why? Once again, it's an election year. I'm going to have to continue to beat this into you guys' heads. It is an election year, and they are going to use every stage and platform that they could use to make themselves relevant. They are out in full force now. Where was they at when the pandemic was here? I'm still waiting for any one of them to come on a live to talk about this. Where were they when we were knee deep in the pandemic? And then not to mention for the games that they started playing with the election already, right? Because a lot of people don't know the union makes up the election rules. Yeah, it's odd, right? The people that you're running against designed the election rules, and they could design it in a way where they could eliminate candidates, right? Because a lot of us didn't come to work and wasn't getting paid because of the pandemic. You know what they did? They stayed home and got paid during the pandemic. And let me tell you guys how they started cheating already for the election. They released the election rules this weekend. I mean, this past Friday. It was Independence Day weekend. It was the Independence weekend. People was traveling. People was not focused on a whole bunch of stuff. But they released the rules while we were distracted. Doesn't that seem very similar with the technology stuff that I be talking about? Every time that there's some type of crisis, the government passed some weird type of law, and we be like, oh, snap, we wasn't paying attention. And they passed the law. Our union, technology, ran by a whole bunch of Abraham Lincoln's, George Washington's, technology. This is what they do. Why would they try to pass or like, and a lot of people don't know is that you got 48 hours to contest the election rules from when it dropped. July 4th weekend. Who's really paying attention? But this is the games that they play. They play these games. But for real, we should have a ticker tape parade after they give us our what's owed to us during hazard pay. Why are they celebrating now? It's out of control. And I'm gonna show you guys some more technology of what they use, right? This is John Samuelson. He made a tweet the other day talking about rumors abound that Cuomo will appoint Larry Schwartz as chair CEO of MTA if his Albany effort at bifurcation fails. Local unions are not intimidated by threats of Swartz's appointment. We have no fear. Bad bosses equal an organizer's dream. Who is he fooling? John Samuelson couldn't fight himself out of a wet paper bag. Who is he fooling? And then why? I need some help understanding this, guys. I really need some help understanding this. We're about to get to the real important part of this live, so I need you guys to share out this live for sure. Why is he so upset if Larry Swartz get appointed and not be upset at the person who's making the appointment? Why has he yet to publicly criticize Cuomo on his decision makings with the MTA? Somebody tell me. Why hasn't John Samuelson yet criticized Cuomo for his appointing not only of Pat Foy, but now allegedly Larry Swartz? He may get appointed if Cuomo don't have his way in Albany. Why would you be mad at the hitman instead of the person that sent the hit? If you're not mad at the person that sent the hit, but mad at the hitman, and you know the person who sent the hit, you supported the person who sent the hit, that means that you was in bed with the person who sent the hit. Because if you got more of a relationship with the person who sent the hit versus the hitman himself, how can you be mad at the hitman instead of the person who sent the hit? Someone help me understand that. Someone really help me understand that. Why hasn't John Samuelson publicly condemned Cuomo in the past 10 years? Someone help me understand that. He has yet to seriously condemn Cuomo. That's something to think about, people. That's something to think about. That's something to really think about. And you guys need to really think about that. Really need to think about that. Now I'm gonna tell you guys this, man. Before I get into this next part of the show, I'm just as surprised as you guys are. And I'm going to say allegedly. I was sent some information. I went digging myself. I tried to find as much as I could find regarding this situation. But we're going to analyze a little bit of why the MTA IG office is very heavy-handed when it comes to New York City transit workers. And to bring things into perspective, New York City transit workers are 49% black alone, right? With all the minorities, we are 78% a minority workforce. Now, Long Island Railroad and Metro North are a 62 and a 63% Caucasian workforce alone, respectively, right? Why is the MTA IG office is heavy-handed when it comes to discipline, investigations, tactics, when it comes to New York City transit workers? Now, I found out some very interesting information, and I'm gonna put it on the screen. This gentleman right here, and I'm gonna say allegedly because I have enough information, but it's not concrete. It's very circumstantial, and I believe it to be true. That's why I'm tapping in with you guys. I want you guys to tell me exactly what it is. This guy, his name is Seamus Ware. He is one of the top investigators with the MTA IG office. I believe he works directly under Carolyn Picorni, who is the boss of the MTA IG office. And we've seen some of her investigations, very heavy-handed, very unfair, very targeted of MTA workers, New York City Transit, right? But this gentleman right here, his name is Seamus Ware. Now, Tramel, why you bring up this guy Seamus Ware? I want to show you guys his credentials just to show you exactly who he is. He's the Deputy Chief Investigator for the MTA Inspector General Office. Now, I was given this information. This is all alleged. All alleged. I want you guys to figure it out. Allegedly, Seamus Ware was one of the arresting officers in the Central Park Five. Now, Tramel, what's the relevance to Seamus Ware and the Central Park Five and the MTA IG? Well, we all seen how this whole Central Park Five investigation unfolded. 5 young black kids sent to jail for a very long time for something that they didn't do. Straight up NYPD corruption and all this other stuff. Now, come to find out, there was a Seamus Ware who was a detective that was involved with the Central Park Five, that whole Central Park Five case. Now, I'm going to show you a picture. Let me put up the latest picture. And let me tell you something about the Seamus Ware guy. He's very clean on the internet. You could barely find anything with him, the MTA IG guy. He's not even on the MTA IG website with a picture. I think it was only like 8 of them with a picture. He wasn't even on there with a picture, but look at him. I mean, this picture was sent to me and it was some digging done for it. Now, does this look like a young Seamus Ware with 2 of the Central Park Five walking them to the car? Let you guys tell me what you guys think. What do you guys think? This looked like a young Detective Ware that was a part of the arresting officers of the Central Park Five, allegedly. It's one hell of a coincidence. I tell you that. It's one hell of a coincidence. An older Seamus Ware that worked for the MTA IG and a Seamus Ware who was a detective on the case for the Central Park Five. You guys tell me. I don't know. Let me see some more information. Now we found the archive Daily News article that wasn't able to be pulled up. And it said it was Detective Seamus Ware, the same spelling, same thing from the Seamus Ware that works for the MTA IG office. We also have a report from the district attorney that was asking for Detective Seamus Ware to bring some information to court regarding this. And I found some information online of someone saying that the Seamus Ware that I'm talking about is also the same Seamus Ware that's part of the MTA IG office. Like I said, this is all alleged, but what I could tell you is the MTA IG office do give some heavy-handed investigations to New York City Transit. Give some very heavy-handed investigations to New York City Transit. And like I told you guys before, New York City Transit is 49% blacks alone. Half of the company is black people. It's about 20-some% Hispanic. So we talking about black and Hispanics. We talking about over 60-something, around 50, 60% black and Hispanic. Look at the investigations that go on with us, with the MTA IG office. If this is the same Seamus Ware, is it fair to say that the MTA IG office used the same tactics as the officers did in the Central Park 5? Would that be fair to say? Y'all let me know if it'd be fair to say. Listen, I need you guys to share out this video. I need you guys to start liking these videos. You watching on YouTube right now, hit that like button. Hit that like button if you're watching on YouTube right now. You watching on Facebook, like the video, share out the video. It's very important. This is some crazy information I'm giving you guys. This is some very, very, very important information. Very important information. But I wanted you guys to keep that in mind, man. We go dig some more into that. Like I said, all of that is alleged. Allegedly, an officer from the Central Park 5 works in the MTA IG office, Seamus Ware. Let's see. Maybe I'll give him a call live and ask him, did he have anything to do with the Central Park 5? Maybe I'll do that. That'd be a little better. But yeah, man, this is so disappointing. And I'm talking about the that essential worker ticker tape parade. Very disrespectful. Gotta go back to it. A lot of people, a lot of workers sacrificed their lives, lost their lives during this. And this is the thanks that the survivors got. Survivors got a parade, no hazard pay, no nothing. Just a ticker tape parade. And our union is basking in the glory of this. They was happy. They was waving on floats. They was smiling, giggling. Wasn't nothing to smile and giggle about. You know, the only people that should be happy was the people who kept the city, who kept the city moving by force, which was the bosses, Sarah Feinberg, Cuomo, Pat Foy, Pat Warren. They was lying. They lied during this whole entire pandemic. Utano lied during this whole pandemic and hid out. Earl Phillips hid during the whole pandemic. All of them, they went into hiding. And they got the nerve. My thing is, where was they at? Where was they at during the pandemic? This is like super frustrating and annoying. And I don't understand how the members can't see how fake they are, man. I really don't see how y'all don't see how fake they are. This is embarrassing. The fire department boycotted this parade. The correction officers boycotted this parade. 60 locals in DC 37 boycotted this parade. And our union reps was there front and center. How? We didn't get hazard pay. We not interested in a pandemic parade. We're interested in the hazard pay parade after we get our hazard pay. But this is the foolery that people fall for every time, and I just don't get it. I seriously want someone from Local 100 to call into the show, an elected officer, a top elected officer. I'm talking about a vice president. I'm talking about a top 4. Even a division chair. I want a division chair to call into the show and debate me on the issues, which I did during the pandemic. Why didn't y'all make the MTA institute the pandemic plan? Why didn't you guys stop the unsafe work? Do you think the 160 co-workers that we lost, the most of any one agency in the United States, you think they care about a parade? What are they celebrating? Tell me, what do they have to celebrate? You don't think that this was and I'm talking about Local 100. You don't think that this was a smack in the face for the for our co-workers' families who passed away This was total disrespect. There's no way possible that we should be celebrating when you guys drop the ball. And to remind you guys, there's a new variant on the property. I know 2 people who sick with it right now. A lot of the cleaning stopped on the property. What happened? Are we back to normal? Is there nothing to worry about? Are we going to have another parade in the future? I mean, this is beyond disgusting. It's no way possible that in their minds, in their right minds, that they could see that there's something to celebrate. There's nowhere in their right minds that they could see something to celebrate. And there is people out there that don't know or have a clue what's going on. And I seen this tweet. This tweet was about let me read this. Let me get this right thing. Hold on one second. Let me get this for you guys. I know you guys can see it, but I can't see it from there. Yeah, so somebody put up a tweet that said the most consequential labor endorsement in the mayoral race may have been Local 100s. Transit workers appear to have voted as a block for Adams, and Adams' focus on subway crime appear to have resonated with voters across the 5 boroughs. I need for you politicians to understand this. People voted for Eric Adams because they like Eric Adams, especially the workers in Local 100. It didn't have anything to do with block votes coming from Local 100. They don't have voting drives. They have, and let me tell you something. If they had the power of the voters, right? If they had the power of their endorsement really meant something. Someone explained to me, why did Corey Johnson lose his race? If Local 100 was so powerful, why did Corey Johnson lose his race? We had someone who I like, Robert Cornegie. I like Robert Cornegie. Local 100 endorsed him. What happened? So we can't pick and choose. Oh, the Local 100 endorsement is so powerful. It helped Adams win, but they couldn't help anyone else win. Any of their other major candidates, they lost. How did that happen? If they so powerful, the thing is that Local 100 is not powerful. They not. It's all a smokescreen. And to be honest, I mean, we needed Adams to win. We wanted Adams to win. But I don't want him to think that Local 100 have anything to do with it. If anything, what he needs to understand is that they give him clout. And they a whole bunch of frauds, man. They are a whole bunch of frauds. They happy to this parade wasn't about. I want to show you guys something. I ain't pull up the picture, but they got a picture with Eric Adams there too. This parade wasn't about essential workers. This parade was about them getting the chance to stand next to Tish James, stand next to Chuck Schumer, stand next to Eric Adams, and stand next to all these other politicians because they want to go home to their friends and say, "Hey, look at me. Look at me. I was talking to Eric Adams. I was talking to Tish James. Yeah, I got a picture with Tish James." That's what it's about for them. We are dealing with a whole bunch of dinosaur clout chasers. That's all they are. A whole bunch of dinosaur clout chasers. A whole bunch of odd people, eccentric. Not in a good way either. This is what we're dealing with. This is exactly what we're dealing with. And we need change. We need change like yesterday. Because this union has been on a downward spiral for the past decade. The stuff we lost this past decade will probably take us 2 decades to recover, if we recover it at all. We cannot afford to vote them in again. Like I said, I will debate anyone. I would debate anyone that's elected in right now. Anyone, no, not just anyone. They got to bring the guns out. You got to bring out the top 4, or you got to bring out the vice presidents or the division chairs. It don't matter. Only top officers. If I'm so wrong, debate me. So I look at it. If I'm so wrong, debate me. Simple as that. Simple as that. Once again, if you want to support the platform, you can support the platform via Cash App. The Cash App is Progressive Action 100. I'll catch you guys later. Before I go, don't forget, once again, our annual assault rally, Friday, August 6th, City Hall Park, 9 a.m. The riders is invited. The public is invited. The workers is invited. We're about to get some flyers out there. We're about to flood all these depots, these terminals, everywhere on the property. Make sure you guys come out. And like I said, if you want to donate to the platform, donate via Cash App. The Cash App is Progressive Action 100. Catch you guys later. Peace.